Today, we will explore together the 7 key signs that indicate someone is just using you without having a genuine interest in you. On this journey, we will analyze the types of toxic attitudes that can infect your daily relationships, offering you all the advice you need to deal with them. It's important that you watch this video until the end, because you will discover exactly how to recognize and address these signs to protect your emotional energy and build healthier and more authentic relationships. Sign 1. Unilateral communication. Communication should be reciprocal and nurture the bond that connects people. However, if you always find yourself being the only one sending messages, calling, or suggesting meetings, that could be a sign that the other person is not really interested in you, but sees you only as a means to fulfill their own needs. Unilateral communication refers to a situation where one person initiates and maintains communication, while the other party is passive or unengaged. In reciprocal communication, both people actively contribute to the conversation by sending messages, making calls, and suggesting meetings. When communication is unilateral, one person always takes on the dominant role. This can indicate disinterest or lack of commitment from the other party. If you are constantly taking the initiative, the other person might not be interested in a real reciprocal relationship, seeing you only as a means to their own ends. The lack of active participation from the other side can make you feel frustrated and lonely, investing more energy in the relationship. Sign 2. Selective availability. When someone is always available when they need you but disappears when you need help, that could be a sign that this person is not interested in cultivating a reciprocal relationship. Selective availability occurs when a person is present and available only when they need you or want something from you, but disappears or becomes inaccessible when you need help or support. This behavior indicates a one-sided interest in the relationship, where the other shows little consideration for your needs or for mutual emotional support. This attitude can make you feel exploited or neglected, as the relationship is not balanced. One strategy is to openly communicate your feelings and needs. Expressing how you feel could clarify expectations and establish clearer boundaries. Evaluate whether it is worth investing emotional energy in someone who does not show reciprocal interest. Protecting our emotional energy means being aware of the dynamics of relationships and their impact on our well-being. Sign 3. Lack of personal interest. True friends are genuinely interested in your life. If the conversations always revolve around them and they don't pay attention to your feelings, you might just be a means for their ego. Lack of personal interest is seen when a person does not show genuine interest in the other person's life. In sincere relationships, both parties care and show mutual interest. When this balance is missing, conversations become one-sided, dominated by the needs of the other person, reflecting a selfish attitude. In this context, you might feel neglected, ignored, or unappreciated. A selfish attitude can indicate that the other person sees the relationship only to satisfy their own needs without considering your well-being. Instead of an authentic connection, they might treat you as a means to their own selfishness. Addressing this requires open communication about your feelings and needs. Expressing how you feel neglected can make the other person aware of the balance in interactions. If interest continues to be lacking despite your efforts, it might be necessary to reduce or end the relationship to protect your emotional well-being. Sign 4. Manipulation and guilt. Manipulation is a common tactic of people who try to use us for their own purposes. Manipulation and guilt are 2 strategies often used by people who try to get what they want from us without considering our needs or our well-being. Manipulation is a sneaky way of influencing the behavior or decisions of others, often through deceptive or coercive tactics. This can include using flattery, threats, or false compassion to get what they want. A common example of manipulation is when someone tries to make us feel guilty for not meeting their demands or desires. Through phrases like, "If you loved me, you would do it," or "You are selfish if you don't do it," a person can make us feel responsible for their needs, pushing us to do what they want. Recognizing the signs of manipulation is essential. Feeling pressured, guilty, or unworthy if we don't meet others' demands. Dealing with manipulation requires awareness of your own boundaries, the ability to communicate clearly, and assertiveness. It is helpful to seek support from friends, family, or professionals. Sign 5, lack of respect. Mutual respect is fundamental in any healthy relationship. When someone does not respect your boundaries, cancels plans, or makes you feel neglected, it is important to address it to establish clear boundaries. Lack of respect manifests through behaviors that undermine your sense of dignity and personal worth. This can cause tension and discomfort in the relationship. Respecting the other person's boundaries, schedules, and commitments, as well as their feelings and opinions, is essential for a healthy bond. When someone does not respect these fundamental aspects, it can create a dysfunctional dynamic in the relationship. For example, canceling appointments without reason or notice shows a lack of respect for your time. This behavior can make you feel bad and unappreciated. Addressing lack of respect requires clear and assertive communication about your feelings and boundaries. Expressing how you feel is essential to establish mutual respect. Additionally, it is important to understand if this lack of respect is isolated or persistent. If the problem persists, it might be necessary to reassess the relationship and set clearer boundaries, or consider ending the relationship to protect your emotional and mental well-being. Sign 6, superficial connection. If a relationship does not go beyond the superficial and does not develop in depth over time, it could be a sign that the other person does not consider it important to deepen the connection with you. The concept of superficial connection refers to a relationship that remains on the surface, without developing or deepening over time. This type of connection lacks emotional depth, intimacy, and reciprocity, and can indicate that the other person is not genuinely interested in developing a meaningful connection with you. When a relationship is superficial, interactions are limited to light topics like the weather or social events, avoiding personal topics. There is no real exchange of thoughts or feelings, indicating that the other person is not interested in deepening the connection. Addressing this requires honestly evaluating the relationship and communicating the desire for a deeper connection. However, it might be necessary to accept that the relationship remains superficial, or consider ending the relationship if it does not meet your emotional needs. Before proceeding with the last and most important point, if you are interested in improving your personal relationships, you can watch our video, 9 Non-Negotiable Warning Signs in a Relationship. You will find the link in the description. Let's continue. Sign 7. Absence in crucial moments. When someone is always absent in moments of need, it is a sign that they might not be genuinely involved. Absence in crucial moments reveals a lot about the nature of the relationship. During personal crises, illnesses, or losses, we seek the support of loved ones. However, if a person is constantly absent or does not offer support, it is a significant sign that they might not be truly interested in you. Support in crucial moments is fundamental in meaningful relationships. When someone is absent in moments when you most need support, it demonstrates a lack of emotional commitment and solidarity. This absence can make you feel neglected, isolated, and unsupported, questioning the sincerity of the relationship. If a person is not present in your delicate moments, it could indicate that they do not care about your happiness or personal development. This can be painful and disappointing, especially if you expect support. Dealing with such absence requires evaluating the relationship and expectations. It might be necessary to openly communicate the discomfort, but it is important to be aware that it might not change anything and that the relationship might not be meaningful. We have reached the end of this video. To watch our video 9 Non-Negotiable Warning Signs in a Relationship, click now in the top right of the screen. Through the analysis of these 7 behaviors, we hope to have offered you an enlightening perspective on how to recognize someone who is just using you. It is important that you watch this video until the end, because you will discover exactly how to protect your emotional energy and build authentic relationships. In this video, we wanted to emphasize the importance of setting healthy boundaries and cultivating relationships based on reciprocity and genuine interest. If you liked the video, leave us your valuable like, and remember to subscribe to the channel Pearls of Wisdom if you haven't already for more similar content. Thank you for watching. We wish you to continue living an authentic and conscious life, and we will see you in the next video.